You are now listening to Season 1, Episode 8 of Frat Fluent Podcast. Find us on Patreon, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Disclaimer: this podcast is not for children or younger teens due to sexual content and foul language. Listener discretion advised. Welcome to the Frat.
I'm your boy Mo.
I'm Shelton.
And you're listening to the Frat Fluent Podcast.
Alright guys, so I've got some great news. Mo, I haven't felt very anxious for about a week now.
Oh, there you go.
April Fool's, bitch!
Oh. It was one of those.
No, I'm anxious every day of my life. Like, I don't ever stop being anxious. I'm just like turtle shell neck all the time.
It's you know over here what we use that for slang for? Turtle shell. It's our turtle. You know what you just said, turtle head. It's when the guy's not circumcised.
Ew.
So when you said that, I wish I could say April Fools, but that's the truth. That's when we. That's why when you said it, I was like,
April Fools. Ew. Oh my god.
It's pretty funny.
That's disgusting.
I gotta get into this one.
Okay.
All right. So the if you watched before, you'll know that I was ranting. The parents just don't know how to raise their kids. They have no control over their children. A kid could be stabbing somebody, they'll let it go. They just don't know how to discipline their kids anymore. The other day, I see this one lady, like the kid's running around, he's out of control, and the lady's face, like she has like flames in her eyes, and it looks like she has the face on that my mom used to have. It's like, all right, I want to beat him right now, but we're in public, so I gotta wait. So
give him that look.
Yeah, you know when a mom grabs you, where you think you have no fat on your body, but they just find a way to find something, and they pinch that chunk out of you.
Yeah.
She took him like that and like threw him by the shopping cart, and just straight up. It was in Spanish, but I understand a decent amount. She just told him like, "Shut up and sit down. Don't move. Wait till we get home." And I don't want to say I nutted when I heard that, but it was definitely close. It was definitely close, and I was like, "Wow, you know what? We're not as doomed as I thought we were." So it warmed my heart to see good parenting there.
I had a warm parenting moment yesterday, I believe.
Oh.
Last night was miserable,
Mm-hmm.
but I had a lady that was like waiting up at the front for whatever. I think she was just waiting for like her husband or whatever, and her kid was like jumping around, being like just in the way.
It's the
And
worst.
she was like, "Dude, stop! You're acting like a freak. You're making me look bad. You're making yourself look bad. Just chill." And the kid was like, "But mom," and she was like, "Shut up! No, this is chill out." And I was like,
I'm just surprised she even said something, dude. What happened to the days of a parent? Like, you guys know that's your kid. You're allowed to slap him around a little bit.
"Yeah,
Do it. You know, it's in your right to do it. Just do it. That's it. That's all I was gonna say. And that's it.
And where did this happen? The lady thing.
Uh,
Was it at work or was it somewhere else?
it was at work.
It was at work.
It was at an undisclosed location.
All right. Do you remember the last time we worked together?
I remember one of the last times we worked together
I
where
believe it was the last time we worked together. So yesterday I go in to grab some Burger King.
oh yeah.
And as I'm walking in, there's another guy that walks in, and he has like a bag in his hand. So I'm like, oh, he's gonna go ask for whatever. He goes in there, and he pulls out his burger, and the lady at the register, she was young. Like she was probably 20, no older than 20, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
He tears this wrapper off, and he's like, "You see this? Do you see this?" He's like, "I asked for no pickles, and it smells like pickles." And I was like,
Dude, if I was there, I would have been like, yo, go fuck yourself. All right.
I was going to, but he looked like one of those guys that would like pull something out that he shouldn't have on him. And
I can't. I have no patience for people to go off on workers like that. It's like there's no reason. Dude, calm down. They made a mistake. I would have just asked them, how many times do you make a mistake a day? Because right now you're making one, so don't tell me you don't make any.
Yeah.
How many times do you make a mistake a day? Do people go off on you like that when you fuck up? Come on.
That's
Be reasonable.
what I wanted to say, but I'm a passive aggressive bitch.
Nah, I went off on one in the same place. I went off on.
Yeah, and you get free food because of it, you motherfucker.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, they love me afterwards. But see, that's what happens when you stand up for the little guys. See what happens?
See, he went off for about 10 minutes, and they made his food. They made his food in 2 minutes. I was like, you wasted more time yelling at them than it took to get your fucking food.
See, the guy behind the grill or the lady, you know, we don't get to see that. They each would have had it would have been justified
to spit.
I was gonna
all
say
over that
stomp on it, like do whatever you got to do.
Come on.
Short of giving this guy COVID and give him that burger. There you go.
Give
Bon
him some
appetit.
creamy chicken soup.
Oh yeah, he would have deserved it. I would have been like, oh, you know what? I took off the pickles and gave you some extra mayo. You're welcome.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just wanted to make sure you were in shape. I gave you a little extra protein.
Yeah, I really don't know what makes people think that when they see a person in a uniform at their job, they just think they have the right to go off and say whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
And these are things, mind you, that you guys don't understand. We're not exaggerating. Like, if you go outside in the street, like, you'd get punched in the face for saying stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they know that when you're in your workplace, you're not going to risk losing your... Most people, you don't know about everybody, but most people are not going to risk losing their jobs.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he was the manager, and then the chick, they were very respectful. They shouldn't have been. They were very respectful, but when he left, I ordered my food. They gave me my food, and I had $2 in my wallet. That's all I had, unfortunately. So I gave him the $2, and I was like, listen, that guy was a dick. I'm sorry that he had to treat you like that. Hopefully the rest of your shift is okay. Have a good night. Because we've both worked in fast food. We know what it's like to be shit on. So I didn't want them to just be shit on and me not do anything. And since I'm a passive aggressive bitch and didn't say anything to him, I was like, here's $2.
You know what? I'm gonna give you a happy ending right now. I just heard how that sounded. A story with a happy ending.
Just don't look at me.
A fast food story. So, did you ever hear about the McDonald's beatdown? I'm sure there are some people who have that are listening.
Here?
Yeah.
No.
Well, it took place in New York, over like not too far from here. Oh my God. So, all right. So basically, these two chicks walk in, and they order whatever they want, and they throw. It was either a $50 bill or a $100 bill on the counter to pay for it. Already, that's sus in a fast food place. You know what I mean? You're paying with that. Okay. All right. Let's see where this goes. So the guy looks at it, the cashier, and it's counterfeit. So he tells him straight up, he's actually on video. This is all on video because of what's about to happen. And he tells them, listen, I can't accept this. Do you have any other form of payment? I can't take this bill. And instead of saying, I have many experiences taking counterfeit money. But usually when you tell them it's counterfeit, they'll be like, oh, I'm sorry about that. And they try to play it off and take it back, and they either leave or use another form of payment. These chicks didn't want to do any of that. They tell him, take the money. You're going to accept that money. That's real. Take it. And he says, no, I'm sorry, I can't. And one of them just slaps the guy across the face. So then they continue. One of them jumps the counter. The other one is walking around on the other side of the counter. So this guy, again, this is... I find out more about him later. Huh?
Please tell me he beat their ass.
Oh, dude, he's like... You know when a guy snaps? Like, he was he snapped. He grabs a pipe, like a lead pipe he found on the side. No, I'm sorry, I kind of like... I'm like, I don't know. I don't fully agree, but I can't say I disagree. This is like, you shouldn't, not only was he outnumbered, but he was assaulted at the end of the day. So automatically at this point, quote unquote around self-defense, but I'm going to say gray area of self-defense, takes the pipe and he just, bro, when I tell you like 69 hit minimum, at least this guy really went in there, but he was found innocent. He was acquitted later.
Did he kill them?
No.
Oh my God.
But you come to find out that he committed manslaughter back in his past. See, but that's why you shouldn't go. You shouldn't go put your hands on random people that you don't know. You don't know what they're capable of. You don't know what they've done in their past. You don't know anything about that person. So don't put your hands on anyone. That's the moral of the story. The average guy would know. Okay, look, under no circumstance am I allowed to put my hands on the. But this guy just snapped. This guy said, "Fuck that. I had enough." And again, like we just talked about earlier, you don't know what these fast food employees are going through.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
I mean.
But happy ending, am I right? At least they got what they deserved. I'm sure they won't go slap anyone else for a counterfeit bill that was of their own doing.
I'm not for certain they could slap anyone if he hit them 69 times. They might just be like in a wheelchair for the rest of their lives.
I don't know how, like, they don't really show you the beating because...
It's aggressive?
No. It would have been on video, but, like, they fell behind the counter and he kept hitting behind the counter.
Oh, my God.
It was, I'm not gonna lie. Like, when I tell you, it warmed my heart in, like, a similar way that the lady who yelled at her son warmed my heart. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like when you see the appropriate form of action, when you see justice.
That reminds me of the, when the Joker came out a couple years ago.
I still want to see that movie. I haven't seen it.
Bro, it is so good. A lot of people think otherwise, but I thought it was.
No, I've only heard great things about it. Like,
I heard a couple bad things.
I'm shocked.
I love it. But in the trailer, whenever they had this cut where he was just like kicking something behind a dumpster, and so obviously with like the suspenseful music,
You think it's a guy
and the Joker, you think that he's just, curb stomping a dude. No, he was in the movie. He was just kicking some trash bags. That holds no significant importance in the movie. So don't try to be out here roasting me.
Spoiler alert. That's pretty funny though.
For like 10 seconds in the movie, he kicks a trash bag and it doesn't mean anything. So just so you know.
Fair.
So
That happened in McDonald's, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know if I was going to tell this story or not, but I think I am. Okay, so this guy, I don't know if it was his McDonald's or if he was just really, really loved McDonald's or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There was a guy that I used to go to school with. He was a bigger guy, but he didn't look well. Anyways, pause. I sound like Joe Biden. Well, anyways, all right, resume.
Oh no, you have to say it the way. Oh, anyways, we're gonna get a lot done. I'm sorry, I had to. Okay.
Okay, resume. But he fucking one day in school, he was he was eating food or drinking whatever, and some fucking idiots decided to put 60 milliliters of laxative in whatever he was drinking.
That's fucked up, dude.
So much laxative, like.
This happened in your school, you said?
Yeah, I don't know what the regular dosage.
I have no idea,
laxatives,
but it's fucked up to just give anyone any kind of laxative,
but
dude. That's
60 was a lot. So he drinks it not knowing.
Did he make it to the bathroom?
After lunch period, whenever we're going to our classes,
Oh.
he didn't know that he drank laxative, and he just starts uncontrollably shitting himself like water, just brown water. It was so bad.
Those
All
are
that
the
mold-
worst dumps you could take, dude. I wouldn't
Um,
wish those on my worst enemy.
Yeah, he had to go to the hospital and get his stomach pumped because even like the 60 milliliters, not all of it was done. Like there was a small portion that caused just that effect. Like he was gonna be messed up for a while, so he had to go to the hospital and get his stomach pumped.
That's
And
so
that was
fucked up.
disgusting.
I was always tempted to prank one of my buddies doing that, like his weakness was a bottle of Mountain Dew.
Oh yeah.
You could give him the bottle of Mountain. He wouldn't ask a question. He would just start drinking it right
Drinking it.
there. So I was always tempted to just throw some in there and give him the bottle. He would have drank it. He wouldn't have cared. He would have just been like, "Oh, thanks, bro." But I just felt too bad thinking about it. I was like, "Dude, I'm gonna make him a human flamethrower in the middle of the school. Like, why would I do that to him?"
We always put salt in our friends' drinks. Like
Oh, okay, that's a little
there was one night I took 4 of my friends to the place where I work, and we all ate. And one of my friends got up to like go to the bathroom or whatever. And while he was gone, we took like pretty much the entire salt shaker, opened it up, and just poured in there.
Did he notice?
Actually, I don't think it was salt that we poured in there, because I don't think we had salt at the table. It was either Parmesan cheese or we poured in the crushed red pepper.
Oh.
It was one of those two. But we would pour shit in their drinks all the time. Sometimes we would take the little like sweetener packets and we just pour all of them in there and mix them up so that when they took a drink, it was just like. But we used to do that. I feel like we used to do something with that food, but I don't remember what it was. One time never mind. I'll tell that on Patreon because that's a Patreon story. So when we get our Patreon set up, I've got another food story for Patreon. But
Oh man, I feel like I just didn't play with food that much. Yeah, because growing up, dude, if an Arab mom cooks you up something and if you don't eat it, that's a whooping right there. She's like, "Oh, I spent time making this, and you want to go out to eat when there's food at home?" That's it, slap. It was just more old school, I guess. I know we're not the only ones. I talked to some of my Italian buddies, and their parents were the same way.
Yeah.
It was like, you eat the food that's at home, that's it. Nothing beats a home-cooked meal. And you just weren't caught ever playing with the food. Because then I got hit with do you know how many people wish they had like home-cooked food in front of them? Like, how dare you play with it? Slap. Like, right there, that was all it took, yeah.
my dad, when I was younger, he used to be like, he would eat everything on that plate.
Yeah, exactly,
And that
yeah.
was a little unfortunate because like sometimes he would put too much and I'd get full.
That sounds
But-
like such a first world problem. There was so
Yeah,
much
yeah.
food on my plate, I
Yeah,
couldn't
there's so
finish it.
much- yeah. It was a bit of a struggle for a little while for that, but I mean, whatever. He got me to eat my vegetables.
There you
And
go.
At the time, he would cook like stir fry a lot, and I hated it.
Stir fry is banging, bro.
At the time, I didn't like it because I was young, and it was like squash and broccoli and
Oh, I
green
love
beans and all that
broccoli.
stuff.
I love broccoli.
He tried to cook squash once, like butternut squash, and it was so bad that he told us we don't have to eat it. And that was like the first time in our lives.
I
we've
see. He
ever
sounds like a
done
fair
that.
guy.
Well, he was like, he doesn't want to eat it, so he's not gonna make us eat it.
Okay. See, you gotta respect that though.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that he made me eat those vegetables when he did, because I mean it made me stronger. When my brother was born, he didn't like to eat carrots,
Mm-hmm.
and I love to eat carrots because Dad told me that it makes my eyes stronger.
You want to
So I
know
was
how
like-
that? You want
So
to know
I'm
how
gonna be
that?
Superman and have laser vision.
You don't know how that lie came to happen.
Hmm.
So this was back in the day. I believe it was the. I want to say it was like the Brussels. It was someone. It was a country in Europe, and this was during World War I or II. I had a history teacher tell me the story. That's why I know it's not true. The carrots are good for your eyes. I'm gonna tell you how it happened, how that whole misconception started.
Mm-hmm.
So they were one of the first countries ever to develop radar.
Gotcha.
They showed you when planes were coming. So when another country was actually coming toward them, they were able to prep for the attack, and they took them out.
So
So
said it was carrots.
they said that, yeah, because they didn't want to reveal that they had that technology at their disposal. So what they ended up saying when someone asked them, "Oh, how did you know?" One of the main things they grew on in that country was carrots.
Mm-hmm.
So they said, "Oh, we eat a lot of carrots. Carrots are good for your eyes. We saw you coming a mile away." That's what they told them. Ever since then,
People were like, laser vision.
well, not laser vision, but they were just like, "Wow, they can improve your vision that much." Oh, and that's how it started. Carrots are good for your eyes. Carrots are good for your eyes. I'm sure they do have a little benefit, but it was exaggerated because of that.
Yeah. I fucking cried during one of the Superman movies when I was little because he died, and I was like, "Why did Superman die?"
Superman was always a G, but I feel like he was more like an older school guy. Like a lot of the older guys you talk to here, Superman's their guy. That's it. Batman's my guy.
Iron Man, maybe.
I'm not.
Every day.
He's cool, but I'm just not a huge like Marvel. I feel like the younger people now are more into Marvel. It's like it's all that's out now. They just keep shitting out movies every 6 months. It
They've
feels like.
definitely saturated the market.
Oh yeah. Sometimes it's like I mean, good for them. At least they're out there more. But
Iron Man looks like my grandpa. And I actually went and saw the first Iron Man movie with him and my dad
that's funny.
when it came out. So, like that feeling kind of dissipated throughout the series. But then when Endgame came out and like that final scene, I was like,
Actually, thanks for saying that. When Endgame was first coming out, I was at work when it came out, and I'm not gonna be a douche and spoil it. I haven't seen it. I'm gonna tell you why I haven't seen it right now. So this little kid comes in.
"Oh, did he spoil it?"
He did. He told me. He told me two huge things that happened in the ending, and at first I didn't believe what he said because it was so.
Absurd.
Yeah, I was like, nah, that's a good one, kid. But then his mom's face, like her eyes were like wide open. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to slap her too. It's like not only did you raise an idiot like right there, but you gave it away and just confirmed what he said was true. And they both deserved a firing squad right there.
Stop.
Right there. Mm-hmm.
I trust.
Spoilers deserve
I question
at least the
morals
chair,
sometimes.
maybe the lethal injection. I'm being reasonable. At least like half of these are quick deaths.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So pretty much.
My brother used to get grounded for spoiling stuff.
That's
One of my
that's fair.
stepbrothers.
That's fair. Like you can't. It just ruins the whole movie. Like, don't you want me to enjoy it the way you enjoyed it?
So, at the time, my stepdad and like my brothers were trying to get me into anime.
Oh,
This was
it's
a while
you're
ago.
missing out if you're not into it, bro.
I
It's-
like some animes, but I'm very picky with my anime.
You gotta let me show you some. I'm sure there's a lot of people right now listening to this that are like flipping out. Like, send us some animes that you guys like. Comment on them.
Yeah, but we were watching Dragon Ball.
Oh my god, that's
and
such a classic.
One of my brothers goes, "Oh, in Dragon Ball Z, Krillin dies."
I mean,
Krillin dies like 9 times.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
But
So
we were like, "Dude, shut the fuck up!"
yeah, you shouldn't have said it, especially like if it's one of the OG. Like if you're watching when they're kids, Dragon Ball. Like, yeah, it's fucked up. Yeah, you wouldn't have seen it coming. It was one of the sad ones.
Yeah. But yeah, he used to get grounded for that because he'd watch a movie and then he'd be like talking about it and we'd be like, "Dude, shut up."
Yeah, I just feel like for a kid, it's just hard to like keep because when you're a kid, you just wanna talk. You want people to like be into whatever you're into.
And he
so
was also doing it a little bit for attention because he is a middle class.
see,
child,
yeah,
so-
yeah,
But
definitely not the way to go about getting your attention.
I think he finished. I think he's not finished. I think he's done with that. Like I think he finally grew out of spoiling everything for everyone.
That's funny. You know what? I'm gonna I'll give you an anime to give him that's like really good,
Okay.
and I'll tell you how it ends. So when he's like in the middle of it, really into it, then you just.
What anime it is?
All right, if you're at home too, definitely watch it. It's called Akame. You're gonna nut. Like it's one of the better. It's a short one. It's like 30-some episodes. Really good.
Because my stepdad, I mean, like, he has a crazy collection of movies, animes, all kinds of shit. When
This
I
guy is
left,
my hero. Like
when
I'm
I
just
left,
hearing about him already, and he's
he
my
had
hero.
right around 3,000 Blu-ray movies, and then that's not even counting all the animes.
Damn.
Like, I'll ask him to send a picture. He's got this huge, like, shelf, and it's, like, almost ceiling to floor, and it's full. He's got a stack right next to it that's, like, up to my rib cage, probably by now. That's all movies and shit. Like, he's
That's
got
so
a lot.
sick.
But
That's so sick.
He wants to do. He may have done it, but I don't think so. He wants to put like doors on it
hmm
that like fold out, and there's shelves on the inside, and they fold back in. So it's gonna double the size, like the size
Yeah.
of the shelves, but there'll be doors with shelves on them.
That's sick.
Weird as fuck.
Oh, okay. How did I forget this? So another reason why New Jersey is just the best state.
Oh no.
We set the tone for everyone else to follow what we're doing.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
New York just legalized weed also. But, they always... I hate when people refer to Jersey as, like, the little brother, the little sister, that stuff. It's like, well, yeah, we're smaller in size, but other than that, we set everything first. New York was all hesitant. Cuomo, what are you doing over there? You're copying Phil Murphy. So anyone over there who's also New York people, you shouldn't be able to have a license. None of you can drive. You all drive like you're in the city all the time. When you come over here, you're endangering people left and right. You don't know what you're doing. You're cutting people off. They're the worst drivers I've ever seen. Pennsylvania's a close second, but New York drivers definitely the worst. Shout out to I have a few people from New York watching, so they're gonna say something. But I stand by what I said. They're the worst drivers I've ever seen. Like I've seen people come from third world countries here that transition into a normal way of driving before New York drivers do.
Dude, I would be terrified to drive in India. Have you heard about like their driving conditions?
And
They have a language of driving, which is crazy. But like they honk when they're about to pass an intersection, so that people can know when they're coming, and they just fly. Like red lights are a suggestion to them. The only thing they stop for is their cows, because like they think cows are holy. They're beings that have passed away. That's the only thing they stop for. If you're in the road, they're like, time to make another cow. Like that's all. The only thing they stop for is cows. I heard this on a comedy special. I think it was Gabriel Iglesias. This was a few years ago. So I mean, I want to see it. I want to experience it. But he was talking about being in a taxi and like.
is he the guy? Is he the comedian who like got in trouble for like beating his meat in front of chicks or whatever?
What?
Was it him, or do I have a different guy?
I have no clue.
Nah, I don't think it was him. Oh, I'm thinking Louis
Fluffy?
C.K. I'm sorry. I'm thinking Louis C.K.
Louis C.K. What?
Yeah, it was a huge like sexual thing. I didn't keep up with it because I never even listened to him to begin with, but I listened to other comedians that knew him and they talked about it, so I was like,
Insane.
oh, yeah. Wrong guy.
Yeah.
Iglesias, what's his name again? Gabriel?
Iglesias? Fluffy?
I don't know, but
You don't know Fluffy?
I've never
Bruh.
heard a bit by him. I just know who he kind of
Do
is.
you just not watch comedians? Is that what
No, I love comedians, but it's got to be my type. I need raunchy, like dark humor, serious, like ranting, like
His isn't dark humor, but it's still funny. It's family friendly, but it's still like hilarious.
yeah. For me,
We'll
like
have to
family
watch
friendly
one.
can be okay, but it's
It's
got to
on
be like
Netflix.
pushing some
We'll
boundaries.
have to watch one. It's on Netflix.
Like if you listen to Bill Burr or Joe
Gotcha,
Rogan
gotcha.
or those
I
guys,
haven't
Joey
listened to
Diaz.
I haven't listened to any Joe Rogan. Joey Diaz is hilarious.
He's from here. He's from North Bergen.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
You can tell.
He was born and raised. Well, no, I lied. He was born in Cuba. He came here at like 6, 7, I think, 6 or 7 years old, and he grew up in West New York for a little bit, and then he moved over to North Bergen. But when he speaks, like for guys that aren't from Hudson County, from over here, he just oozes the essence of Hudson County. Like he's everything that if you could take this whole county and make it a person, he is that person.
Definitely.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Well, shit. There was, holy fucking shit. Talking about American Idol.
Mhm.
I was watching like the top 24 or whatever, like the qualifying for top 24.
Yeah,
There are a lot of people from Arkansas that were on that show.
that's crazy.
Like, there was a chick from Little Rock, she got booted off. There was a chick from Fayetteville, I'm pretty sure she made it. There was another chick from somewhere else in Arkansas, and I was like, maybe I should have stayed in Arkansas. Oh my god.
That is pretty crazy.
There's a... Go ahead.
What's the population of the people in Arkansas?
I have no clue. I know that my town, it was like 26,000 when I left.
It's absurd. How big is it? You don't know that? That's crazy.
I mean, it's not like this. Like here, do you know what the population of Hudson County is?
No, I know the population of my town and the size of my town, like
What's
the border.
the...
West New York is only a square mile, but the last census that we had was a little over 60,000 people.
Yeah.
In that square, it's like way more dense over here.
Ours is at least 20 miles, I would say. Like perimeter each. Like if you were to put it in a square, it's not a square, but if you were to give it its own square, it's 20 miles each side.
20, that's huge.
Yeah, and
Right.
it's only 26,000 people.
That's insane. Well, at least you got space.
Yeah, you got a lot of it and a lot of cotton fields and gas stations.
Yeah, every time, I'm not gonna lie, dude. Every
Japan?
time you say cotton fields in Arkansas, I get like a little uneasy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, they have machines now. There's no.
Oh, I mean, I would hope so. I would hope so. That's
Yeah, big, combines. That's what they're called. They have huge combines. I actually used to have. God, I was a fucking hick kid. I had a John Deere tractor bed.
What is that?
Like it was like a regular twin size bed, but my pappy had taken some Luan, which is really thin wood,
Mm-hmm.
and he had cut it out like the outline of a tractor roughly.
That's pretty
and then he
sick.
painted it. And he's pretty good at painting. Like he doesn't do it professionally, but he's like one of his hobbies. And so he painted a like the John Deere tractor on the side, and I had one on each side of my bed, which made my bed a John Deere tractor.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a loft bed, which I was fine. But I had a John Deere light switch, like the frame on the light switch. That was John Deere.
What is that? What's John Deere?
It's a brand of tractor.
Oh, that's why. Okay, I was like, what?
It's green and yellow are the colors. But it's like a big brand. Like here, it'd be like it'd be like Milwaukee.
Oh, okay, I understand now.
Yeah, but it's for tractor supplies.
Okay.
But I had one of those, and I had a bright red combine, which is this.
The machine that.
So you got a tractor. You know what a tractor looks like?
Yeah.
So you got a tractor, and then a combine. It's a little weird. So it's taller than a tractor, and it's fatter than a tractor, and the wheels I want to say are smaller than a tractor, but it has these like blades on the front that cut up whatever.
Oh, I think I've seen it in movies. I know what you're talking about now. I've seen it in
Have
movies.
you seen Cars?
Yeah, but it's been so long that.
Okay, when they're tipping the cows over, that thing that's chasing them, big red thing is like, and like there's a blade just cutting stuff up as they run away.
I'm sure. I've definitely seen it in movies. Like,
Anyways.
I've definitely seen it.
It cuts up the product, whether it's corn or cotton or whatever, and then it has a tube that's like off the top that reaches out like this, and then the product
Spits it out. Okay.
into a bin that's like driving nearby or whatever.
Hmm.
It's really interesting. I used to play with those. Like those were like Hot Wheels. Those were my Hot Wheels when I was a kid.
That's crazy.
I used to. My pappy had a ride mower
Mm-hmm.
because his backyard's pretty big. So we had to. I would sit on the ride mower and I would drive while he was pressing on the gas.
That's pretty sick.
I would drive. He would have his hands on mine actually driving, but that was fun. And when we started to get warm out here, I went outside and I was like, spring. But I don't have any memories of spring here, so all of my memories were everything from Arkansas.
Springs here are nice. You'll see the weather here is pretty nice. It gets warm. There's some days it's humid, but it's probably not as bad as over by Arkansas.
Oh no, in Arkansas there's a wind.
A breeze, yeah. 'Cause
Always,
we're by the
because
Hudson River, yeah.
There's nothing. Like, I mean, there's some bodies of water, but like none of it's near because everything's so spaced out that when you go near the bodies of water, there's a nice breeze. But other than that, like when you're at home, more than likely you're not near a body of water unless you're rich and have a pond in your backyard. So it's humid and it's nasty, but you gotta love it. I want to take you there in the summer though. because like we have a lot of like flies and lightning bugs and stuff, so they drop dew on the ground in the mornings. You know what dew is?
Yeah, vaguely.
It's
You don't really see it much here.
yeah, it's water and then some like other stuff, but it's all in the grass. And like in the mornings when the sun comes up, it starts to evaporate, and it smells like, I mean, you don't really think that it smells good until you can't smell it anymore, and it becomes a memory, and you're like, wow, that was a nice smell. So I want to take you to smell to smell the dew.
The dew.
But, yeah.
I mean, I could just go like get a bottle of Mountain Dew, open that, smell it. It should be the same thing. Mountain Dew smells pretty good.
Mountain Dew smells like kidney disease.
I'm pretty sure it extends your life.
Every time I see a Mountain Dew, all I can think of is kidney stones.
Whenever I get like any kind of chest pain, I drink a Mountain Dew, and the pain's gone. You tell me
good.
That's a coincidence right there.
That's probably not good.
And I wash that down with some BK.
I thought you were gonna say like meth or something.
No, I would.
I washed that down with some cocaine.
No,
Makes my chest feel great.
No.
Well, guys, I hate to say it, but Mo has broken his celibacy.
No,
April Fools.
They would have thought. There are people that are like, no way. They didn't even buy it for a second.
Okay.
They were like, no. This guy, no.
Let's go through your Instagram following list and let's ask